Shalom, and you're now locked in here at Israel Talk TV, where you get nothing but the raw and the real whenever I'm in front of the camera. So make sure y'all show the page some love, like, subscribe, and share. Shalom and greetings, and welcome back to another episode here at Israel Talk TV, one of the #1 platforms where you don't get any paid media. Okay, thank you. Now, today, family, of course, we're going to be continuing our coverage on the Israeli and the Hamas showdown. Things are turned up over there. We're getting ready to move into some critical stages. But today, I want to take a few minutes out to just talk about the how the Israelis, okay, the Zionist regime that's out in Palestine right now, are going to attempt to try to steal the land down in Gaza, okay? And they're also going to try to steal the rest of the land out in the West Bank, okay? We're also going to be talking about the mandatory draft that's going to be coming down the road here real soon, okay? So we're going to jump right into it, right? Now, what I want to do, right, is I want to play this video real quick, right? Just to give you guys some context, and then we're going to take off.
Seeing an increase in attacks on U.S. bases in Iraq and Syria, with at least 10 since Thursday and at least 38 times since October 17th. And as the U.S. sends a nuclear-powered...
So right here, fam, what I want to bring out, right, is now this is a leaked memo from the U.S. Basically what they're saying is, what they're going to do here in this video is it says U.S. diplomat slams Israel policy and leaked memo, right? So they're telling you what their process is. And so it goes on to say, when Israel supports settler violence and illegal land seizures or employs excessive use of force against Palestinians, we must communicate publicly, right? Okay, now listen to this.
Sub to the Middle East, President Biden's own staffers are reportedly criticizing his support for Israel and his response to the war, with U.S. diplomats saying, quote, when Israel supports settler violence and illegal land seizures or employs excessive use of force against Palestinians, we must communicate publicly that this goes against our American values so that Israel does not act with impunity.
Yeah, there was a leaked memo obtained by Politico that shows the divide within the Biden administration. Hung Cao is a U.S. Senate candidate from Virginia and a Navy special operations.
So, fam, right? Okay, and I just wanted to get a little context here, right? So what this brings out is that these Europeans over here in the United States understand that the Europeans that are over there in the land of Palestine, right, who have created the land of Israel, right? This supposed state created by the Zionist regime that brokered that deal back in 1917, right? Now, what I want you guys to understand is that they know that these Europeans are over here stealing land, using excessive force, and doing all of this stuff over here, right? So what they're saying is they want them to come out whenever that happens, come out, speak against it, so that the Israelis don't act with impunity, right? So at the end of the day, they know what's going on, but yet they sitting here and they faking the funk and they acting like, well, you know, it's not going to be a ceasefire. We're going to do this and that. We're going to back Israel, when they know that these people are criminals. They know that they are operating in a way that goes directly against what they're saying. And the thing that blows my mind is that you have these Arabic nations, right? I mean, it's like they have to know that the European, the white man, right, is the most ruthless people on planet Earth. And I have to keep bringing this back to y'all remembrance so y'all can grasp. They're saying, okay, that the Israelis could defend themselves. Well, it's a slaughter that's going on. And the fact of the matter is that they're killing civilians. Okay. They're not per se getting Hamas. You know, they're getting, like I said, they're getting a few here and there. But the lion's share of those people that have died in Gaza are civilians. And they don't care. Because in their mind, all of those people are Hamas. Just think about this. If the people go out here and march for Palestine, they get mad and they like, oh, well, why are they doing this? And they always associate it with Hamas, even though it's for the Palestinian people. Anything that's for the Palestinian people, they're going to associate it with Hamas. Okay.
Anytime they kill innocent people, their favorite line is, we kill terrorists, we kill this and that. But the people that we see coming up out of the rubble are not terrorists. These are little kids, teenagers, and things like that. This is not Hamas that they're killing. And they know this because they keep telling you that Hamas is hiding underground. Think about this. If Hamas got this lucrative city underground, which they probably do, why would they be hanging around up top when they know that y'all bombing stuff? And y'all know that, but y'all don't care. What they're doing is, and I showed y'all this yesterday with President Truman, right? They are destroying all the infrastructure down in Gaza because what their plan is they are the kingpins whenever it comes down to colonialism, right? They're going to flatten all that infrastructure down there. And when that war is over with, if they win, right? What they're going to do is they're going to take the Gaza Strip, they're going to rebuild it, right? And they're going to put all those Rothschild hotels down there on the coast because they like those coastlines because they know that's money. All people want to come out here. They want to come to the beach. They want to have a good time. So they're going to monetize off of that. They're going to destroy all of Gaza. And then when they come in, they're gonna attempt like they do all the time. They've been doing this since the days and times of the Greeks. The Romans done it, and the Europeans are following the same thing. What they do is they're going to rebuild the Gaza Strip, and they're going to install puppet governments in place that's going to do what they tell them to do while they continue, because they're going to get their money back out of that, right? They're going to spend the money to build everything up, and once they build everything up, they're going to reap the benefit off the proceeds, right? It's the same thing here. When people look at America got so wealthy off of free labor. Whenever you're getting free labor out of people, you're not paying them their wages, or if you are paying them their wages and then you turn around and take their stuff like they have done over in America. This is why see, like, people overseas, when they come to America, because all they get is this shiny glimmery, oh, it's America, this, they think it's the end of the world when they get over here. Then when you over here and you really find out what's going on, it starts to come back to you. But see, black people here in this nation, we have been around here for a very long time. We have played this game with these Europeans. We know how it go. They're going to cheat you out the labor, and if they don't cheat you out the labor, they're going to pay you your wages, but they're going to find a way to get that money out of you, or they're going to just take it. Where all else fails, just take it. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, we know the game. So when they say, oh, well, black people ain't lazy. We know better. How can we be lazy when we built America? We built this. Europeans didn't build this nation. Black people build this nation. Just like we built the original empires. Okay? Y'all got to understand this. The European, they didn't come into power until the days and times of the Greeks. That's the first European empire that was civilized. And they were civilized because they sat at the feet of the Egyptians and they learned from us. We were already building and we already had stuff in place before they even thought about building or doing anything. Everything started with black people. Everything they know today came from black people. Okay, let's never get that twisted, right? And this is why we got to make being black great again, because all of the ideas and most of this stuff comes from us. Anytime you see a European taking credit for something, there's somebody that's black in the background that really put that play together and they're taking the credit for it. Okay, let's make no mistake about that. But the fact of the matter is, Truman told y'all, he explained to the Zionists, like, listen, man, we cannot go in here and move 5 million some people from over there into Iraq and all of these places over there by the Euphrates and all of these places that they wanted the Palestinians to go originally, and then bring 5 million some people and put them in here. Like, we can't do it. We have to gradually take this. And this is what they're doing. So if you notice, year by year, and I just played that on Fox News to show you that the president here know that they're stealing land. He knows that they're oppressing the people. But this is a way in order to get the revolters out the way, like they did us. They did us the same way. They're going to get the revolters out the way. And the people that's going to lay down, these are going to be the people that's going to be working in the hotels, that's going to be working in all of these places that they're getting ready to build down here in these places once they take them. And I want you guys to keep an eye on that West Bank. I truly believe what these Europeans are doing, they're going for the gusto. That Benjamin Netanyahu know he's on his way out of here, so he's going for the gusto, right? Keep an eye on that West Bank. They know that Al-Aqsa Mosque sits in Jerusalem. They want to get rid of that mosque. So this is why right now they're over there roughing those Palestinians up. They're killing them. They want to provoke a response out of them. As soon as a response comes, you know what they're going to say? Oh, they're terrorists. Why did they do that? They did this and that. But nobody is talking about how they're treating the Palestinians in the West Bank right now. Now, as soon as they buck, and I believe they're waiting on them to fire anything up out of there, and they're going to flatten out Aquamas. They're going to get that up out of there, and they're going to say it's up right now. They flew these rockets out of here. They did this and that, and this is why we flattened that mosque. Y'all keep an eye on that. They not slick. This is why they're over there provoking those people in the West Bank, right? And this is what people got to understand, okay? So at the end of the day, this is the play that's in play. They're going to go down there. This is why they're not telling you, well, what is your plan? What are you plan? They're acting like they don't know. Oh, they know what the plan is. We're going to go down there and take over that Gaza Strip, and we're going to install a puppet government down up in there, and they're going to do everything we tell them to do. The Greeks did it. The Romans did it. The Europeans been doing it all around the world. But now people are starting to revolt. Okay. Now, let's jump into this this recruiting thing, right? Because this is what I want you guys to keep your eye on. Because here's the deal. The United States listen, they're trying everything in their power not to go to war, right? But they're in the catch-22. They have sent nuclear subs out here over there by Iran in the water and stuff like that. Because like I told you, they know Iran is the threat. Iran is the biggest threat out there out of all of them. You know what I'm saying? Because they know that Iran don't care. They will send it up like they did before when they kidnapped those American hostages out the embassy down there, okay, and kept them for over a year. They was held hostage for over a year, and they had to eventually broker that deal to get them up out of there, right? So they know that Iran is not playing. They know Hezbollah is not playing. They don't mind kidnapping and aid. See, what you guys got to understand, and this is why I told y'all, you have to pay attention to what's going on in that Middle East. Y'all got to forget what Jada Pinkett is talking about with these books and all of this stuff about, all of this entertainment that we're so, it's time for people to tune in. They don't do like we do over here. They kill somebody over here that's black. We want to march and we want to beg for rights and this and that. Over there, you do that, it's an eye for an eye. Y'all got our people locked up over there illegally and all of that stuff, like how they do us over here. They go over there and they take hostages, and then you're gonna negotiate to get those back. You're gonna let those guys go, and then we'll give y'all these hostages. This is how they do business over there. Okay, so you got to understand that's the terror dome over there, man. They not barring none of that stuff. When it's up, it's up. They don't care. Right now, if it go down, you got to know and understand that because what Iran is accusing the United States of is they're saying that the United States they got U.S. soldiers that's pretty much running an operation down there, which is not which doesn't seem too far-fetched, because we know that the Israelis' first line of defense got dusted. You dig? Got dusted by them boys. You know what I'm saying? They took military equipment, all type of stuff. They didn't just take hostages. They took military equipment, and they touched top elite brigades, got them out the way, like in stand-up gun battle, got them up out of there. This is what they mad about. And there's reports I have heard, which I can't confirm, that they believe the Palestinians killed Benjamin Netanyahu. I don't know if it was his cousin, his brother, or somebody that was related to him, and this is why he don't really like them, right? And this is allegedly. This is what I heard. I haven't pulled that up yet to verify that, but that was just something that came across my radar, right? So with that being said, right, I want to focus our attention in on an article, right? Okay. Now, let me get this pulled up, right? So here's an article, right, that was put out on military.com. You guys can go there, right? And this was published November 1st, right? Okay. And it goes on to say the army suddenly and chaotically told hundreds of soldiers they have to be recruiters immediately, right? Now, before we get into this, right, let's jump over here to let's go over here to this article first, right? Okay. Now, this also is an article that was put out on military.com, and this was released on October the 13th, right? Now, listen to this, right? It says, despite a barrage of hefty bonuses, loosening more progressive enlistment requirements, and even the creation of innovative pre-boot camp programs, the U.S. military mostly fell short in its efforts to bring more Americans into the service over the past years, and it's unclear how or when this will change. And I know when it's going to change. It's going to change when they say, hey, we're drafting. It's green light. We got to go. These people are trying everything in their power to recruit people, and people do not want to fight in the army, right? Okay. Think about this, right? They said that this has been the worst. This has been the worst recruitment since 1999. They can't get nobody after everything that they're offering. Now look at this, right? So on November 1st, right? Okay, because they got this campaign and they're spending over $4 billion some dollars a year to recruit. You know, they invested in campaigns where they can, you know, try to lure people in, but people just not going. Right now, let's skip back over here to this. I want to get this. Okay, so listen to this, family. Check this out. Right, November 1st. This is November 1st. Right. So I just showed you on the 13th how they were okay. We're gonna run this campaign. We're gonna do all this and that, but they fell short. So now what did they do? Right. It says, without warning, hundreds of non-commissioned officers were ordered via email to report to the recruiting school at Fort Knox, Kentucky, in less than a week. Hundreds more set to start at school in December. A sudden, unexpected move by the Army as the service scrambles to boost its recruiting force by 800 by the end of the year. Family. So what they did is they basically forced these people, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, we got to do this. So you got to know it starts at the top. It's coming down the tailpipe, right? Now, grass. This was the response from a person that was they couldn't disclose because they couldn't talk about it. But listen to this. It says, giving the 6-day heads up, we have zero time to plan childcare, one non-commissioned officer told military.com, on the condition of anonymity because they were not authorized to talk to the media. We can barely find and afford childcare during the week as it is. So now my wife may end up having to quit her job entirely because it's impossible to find on the weekend. Okay. The Army has roughly 10,000 recruiters, but that force has been bleeding troops over the past years. The 800 emergency recruiting students will allow the service to maintain its numbers. Recruiters have reported to military.com in recent months of working long hours, in some cases getting fired for missing quotas. So family, this thing is getting serious, right? Okay. So you better know and understand that eventually they're getting ready to start forcing people in by this mandatory draft that's eventually going to come. And you better know, if the Goonies pull it and they set it off over in that Middle East and it go down, you better know and understand that they're not going to have any choice. You're going to boot up and you're going to be over there. Okay. And like I said, Iran has already accused them of being involved already in everything that's going on over there. You know, they say they flying drones over there they're flying drones to find out where the hostages are. We know that's a lie. We know that they're gathering intelligence and trying to find out where different military positions are at and things like that. America, they are bona fide liars, man. Anything they tell you, it's going to be the opposite. Also, I can't confirm this right now. This also came across my radar. They're saying that the Federal Reserve just made a big purchase for what is it? The freeze dried foods and stuff like they eat in the military and things like that, where it lasts for a very long time. They say they just made a big order up there in New York. Right now, there's a lot of speculation about this money. Now, what I want you guys to understand, right, is that a lot of countries are moving away from the dollar and then doing business in the dollar. You see how China just made a purchase in the what is it, the wine that they have, the wine or whatever it is that they just made a big purchase over there with their own currency. They did not use the dollar, okay? Because remember, the actual dollar they had attached to that oil and stuff. So right now things are up, and the United States knows it. This is why they're printing money like it's Guada style, because they're gonna crash this economy, and once it crashes, you better have something somewhere hanging around. And see, these entertainers, they're going to get caught, right? Because what they're going to end up doing is they're going to get caught with all their money in the bank, because they're going to keep all those millions and all those billions in the bank. It ain't like they had enough sense to move. See, anytime you understand the ways of these Europeans, how they like to control that money, they want to. This is why they took you off the gold standard and put you on some fake money, because they can control the money. They can turn it off in their banks, whatever. So the elite, the ones that's rich amongst us, are going to be the ones that's going to lose first. Okay, they're not really worried about us. We the peewees. You know what I'm saying? They're going to rob them first, and they're not going to be able to move none of that money out of those banks, because some of those banks only account for so much money, so they can just wipe everything out. Hey, we'll take this billion, that billion, that billion. They can just go shopping. And what you gonna do? And these entertainers are gonna be right back down here in the same shoes that we're in. And you gotta know, when they get to that point, a lot of them not gonna be able to come in amongst the group, because what this thing is boiling down to, family, and I truly believe this in my ruach, the days and times is coming, and when this war and stuff break off, it's gonna get to a point where everything is going to be separated by races, by your nation. Whites will be with whites, blacks will be with blacks, Chinese will be with Chinese. You know, people are going to be with their races. It's going to be like, you know what I'm saying? It's going to get that serious. You know what I'm saying? Because think about it. When that dollar crash and people start going to the bank and they can't get no money out of there, it's going to be uprising. It's going to be uprising. And at that point, people ain't gonna have no choice but to stick together and be with their own people. So y'all better pay attention to what's going on. Watch y'all money, right? Listen, I will watch how much money I'm keeping in those banks, right? Okay. And black people are already up on this type of stuff anyway. Those, especially those at the bottom, those at the top, they really ain't got no choice. They just, what they gonna do? They gonna go in and withdraw, 2, 3, 4 million, like what they gonna do? You know what I'm saying? So, but at any rate, this thing is progressing, and we don't know where this thing is getting ready to go. So I just want you guys to make sure that y'all going out there, getting the stuff that y'all need. Make sure that y'all stacking up on these things, because trading, all of this stuff is getting ready to slow down. Like, if war break out, you better know oil is going to slow down, because they're not going to be transporting oil over here. A lot of food that's being transported over here. And also, they're telling the Israelis, and this is something, we'll see, I'll probably throw this in tomorrow, but I'm going to wrap this one up today. But they're telling them now that they can't basically lead a country and things like that. You know what I'm saying? Because when it go down, if it go down like that, then they're gonna eventually have to fight. So I'm gonna find those sources, and we'll probably bring that up tomorrow. But make sure y'all staying safe out there. And I'm signing off here on Israelite Talk TV. Shalom.